OYTPC, Joshua Stewart, Pipe Up North. All my experimentation, I think, is paying off. I've got a new favorite. Byronic Hiro from Ken Byron Ventures. Show it to you here quick. I've been smoking it quite a bit, but it comes in a plug. This is about half of what it started out as. It was, say, about double that length, and it was like a square like that. But very pruny smelling in the jar note. Very sweet prunes. And supposedly it's a straight Virginia. Which I was starting to wonder if I maybe didn't care for straight Virginias as much as I thought I did. But if this is truly a straight Virginia, which it claims to be, maybe I do like my Virginias after all. I got this with my order of from Ken Byron Ventures. It was about a week ago, give or take. And I mainly put the order in to get a couple ounces of Burley Morning Pipe. And then there was one that had some Kentucky Dark Fired as a major component. The Patience of Dr. Silence. That's what it's called. Got a little bit of that. Which that's the one that I was really looking forward to. Then I got this Byronic Hiro just as kind of a impulse buy. But this one surprised me. And this is, to me anyway, this is why I've been trying dozens and dozens and dozens of different blends, is to find these types. And I think Escudo was my top. I think it just fell. Yeah, I've been smoking this bowl for a little while. I think we're getting down there. Smoking it in my Omega. Is that a system or spigot? I'm not really sure what type it is, but I finally got this pipe broke in now, so it's smoking really good. It's got the P-lip on it. I know it's kind of a knockoff of a Peterson. But this just gets sweeter and smoother the further down the bowl you go. It's crazy. Might be close to done with it, but and I did modify this earlier today to accept a 6mm filter. So this is the first bowl I've run through it with a filter in. I put one of the Dr. Pearl Jr. filters in, charcoal filters, which I don't think I'll buy them again. I don't mind a little bit of a restricted draw, but they just seem to restrict it too much. Now I was going to put one of my meerschaum filters in, the White Elephant meerschaum filters. I'm sure there's other brands too that are probably all the same, but I've been liking to use those meerschaum filters, and they've got a little bit better draw, and they work pretty well. So probably don't need a filter with this. The main reason I did put one in was because last time I had some of this Byronic Hiro, you know, getting towards the end, it's like I say, it gets better flavor as the bowl goes on, and I was probably puffing a little bit too hard, and I got a mouthful of hot ash because I wasn't running a filter. So I decided that I'm gonna run a filter. And I think we're getting down to the bottom. That's why I've been relighting so much. Otherwise, it doesn't need that many relights. Which is weird because it seems like that plug is so dense, and you need a good sharp knife to cut it and then break it up. And I didn't give it more than just a couple minutes of dry time, and put it in the pipe and lit right up and with the char light, and then lit it again, and you know it still needs a couple of relights, but not really any worse than anything else. So this Ken Byron stuff has really got me impressed. And Virginias kind of have a little bit of a reputation of being just a little bitey if you're not careful. But like I say, unless you're at the bottom of the bowl and you take in a mouthful of ash that is hot on your tongue, no. And I'm pretty sensitive to the tongue bite, so. And maybe it's the P-lip too, is maybe part of it that it diverts it. But some of the other stuff that I've smoked in this, it may save my tongue from burning, but it'll then hit the roof of my mouth instead. So you're just moving where it affects you. Yeah, I'm talking too much now and it's not staying lit. I'm going to dump some of this ash out. Maybe that's... Get back down to a little bit of the unburnt stuff down there. And so I've been smoking this pretty much all week. Had probably a bowl every day. And I was fairly impressed with the Peterson 3Ps. I think I just uploaded the video. When was that? On Wednesday that I uploaded the video, but I actually took it on Saturday, and I hadn't smoked the 3Ps since then. Until earlier tonight, I had to say I didn't want to do a full bowl because that stuff has got a little bit of a kick to it. So I did just a half a bowl, and then I took a break halfway through that half a bowl. And it's the tin note smell is very similar to that plummy, pruny, whatever you want to call it. This Byronic Hiro is definitely prunes. But what is this? I got the 3P here. Yeah, it's not quite as strong on the plum. It's probably more the plum than the prune smell. But the 3Ps, I mean, it's a plug, a very dense plug like the Byronic Hiro. And somewhat similar tin note. But the 3Ps has just a little bit of some rough edges that this Byronic Hiro just doesn't have. And this Byronic Hiro, I can do a whole bowl, and I can tell that there's some nicotine there, but I'd be on the floor if I did a whole bowl of that 3P. It's of this bowl anyway. So probably shouldn't be singing the praises like this, because then it's going to be out of stock and hard to get. I got to get another order in pretty soon to get a few more ounces, because this initial 2-ounce sample I got, if I keep going at the rate I am, it's going to be gone in a week. Oh, another week from now. So yeah, if I got about half of it gone already, I've only been really smoking it for a week. Yeah. So I shared on that Peterson 3Ps video, had a little minor issue with my old Suburban when I was taking it up north. Which was a pinhole leak in the heater core, and I don't know, for the labor involved to fix it, I'll just keep adding some coolant and keep tabs on the coolant level. Not worth fixing, but so that old thing, it's been pretty good to me over the years. I think we've had it since 2010, I think 2011, somewhere in there. Put gobs of miles on it, and say it's getting, the Minnesota rust is hitting it pretty hard. I've started doing more of my own maintenance again in the last year or two, just because everything's getting so expensive. Got to try to save $1 someplace. So it was costing me, my wife's car, I tried 2 different places. I tried a chain and then an independent shop, and they both charged me $95 to do an oil change. And I'm like, no. So I've started doing my own oil changes again. Just did the oil change on the Suburban here a couple weeks ago. I got some of those steel ramps that you drive up just to give a little bit more room to work underneath. And when I put it in reverse to back off the ramps, I don't know if something happened, but my gear shift, it's got a column shift, it started to get a little stiff all of a sudden. And then over the next couple weeks, it just kept getting a little stiffer and a little stiffer. And finally on Wednesday night, it wouldn't go into park. Like, oh geez, now what? So I figured I'd just park it overnight in neutral and figure it out, because I could at least start it when it was in neutral and just put the parking brake on whenever I park it. Well, we're pretty flat around here. I don't know that I've ever used the parking brake on that thing. So as you can imagine, it didn't work. So I ended up taking my ice scraper that was within reach and putting it on the brake pedal and jamming it between the brake pedal and the seat. Then I put a block under the front tire, because my driveway's got just a little bit of an incline. Not really much, but enough that it'll roll if there's nothing to hold it there. Well, then all of a sudden I couldn't get it into reverse. I was playing around with it. Then I couldn't get it in neutral. It was stuck in drive 3, 2, 1 was all I could shift it between. It's like, I think I know what the problem is. So yeah, the Suburban's been out of commission for a couple days, undrivable. So it's a shifter cable is what the deal is. And now there again, with the way prices are right now, it's like, that's something I know I can do. I don't want to, but I'll save a couple $100 if I do it myself. I was going to have some time to do it this weekend, hopefully. Probably on Sunday afternoon. So when I ordered one, I wanted to make sure that it would be here before Sunday afternoon. So I paid $20 more from Amazon to make sure that it would be here. It was supposed to be here today. Of course, I got the notification, no, it's going to run behind schedules. Now expected delivery is Tuesday. Now, if I'd have known that, I'd have gotten it for like $25 cheaper from one of the other suppliers. So if I'm not going to get it until Tuesday, but well, we'll see. Looked at the tracking, the last known place was down in the Twin Cities area, so I mean, it might show up tomorrow, which would be okay. And then Amazon, their vans will do deliveries on Sundays, so if it shows up by then, I'll be okay. But that's the fun I've been having. I'd have the wife give me a ride to work this week. So I'll remind everybody too, we got the giveaway going on. Got about another week or so left of it. Like I said, I did give the disclaimer in the initial video that I may reserve the right to kind of adjust the rules as it goes on. And I am considering that, but it won't be anything major that I've got to update right now. But if you do a GAW, or not a GAW, a VR, I said, please make sure that you tag me in the description, or at least leave a comment that you've made a VR. If I'm not tagged in your video, because I haven't had much time lately, and this weekend is going to be busy. I don't know how much time I'm going to get to actually watch the videos from everybody I'm subscribed to. So I want to be sure to be able to at least watch the VRs. So if you can be sure to do that, or if you've already made one and don't have me tagged, like I say, leave a comment, probably in the original video, not in this one, that you've made a VR so that I can go back and see it. Yeah, this is needing a lot of relights right now. Must be. I had a bowl in that meerschaum line that I got down at Jonathan Robert Fielding Company down in St. Paul a couple weeks ago, and that's got a really tall, narrow bowl that supposedly that's what is recommended for Virginias. And that one, so I probably did about a half a dozen relights in that whole bowl that lasted about an hour. But that one, the bowl got so hot that I could barely hold on to it. And say I've never had a meerschaum line pipe before, and I was kind of under the impression that they would help everything keep cooler. I mean, it smoked fine, but it just got very hot to hold in the hand. And maybe it's just because I've been smoking that pipe, pretty much just that pipe and this pipe all week. And maybe I need to give them more time to rest in between. But this one seems like it's running a little bit warmer than it was a couple days ago too, so that could very well be what the issue is. So I can see that there's some unburnt stuff down there yet, so say this seems like at the end of the bowl it's like a cherry on top almost. Not cherry flavored, but just a culmination of everything that's there. So I'd also appreciate, like I say, I'm probably going to be putting another order in with the Ken Byron in the next few days. I'm going to order probably a bunch more of this stuff, but and I'll probably get some of that Uzbeki, I think it is. It's another dark fired based blend. I've got enough Burley Morning Pipe on hand for a little while now, so I don't really need to get any more of that. So if any of you guys are familiar with the Ken Byron stuff, I'm open to recommendations for maybe one or two more blends I should try. Yeah. I'm recording this late Friday night, and it'll probably post on Saturday morning, but I might have to have another bowl of this stuff. I'm not going to pretend like I know what I'm talking about and pick out all the different flavors going on in the smoke. I just know that there's a lot of sweetness and it's good. We're running long again. Well, I guess like always, I hope you're watching it at double speed or speed and a half or something, so it didn't waste too much of your time. So with that, I'll let you go. And if I think of anything else, I may put an update video up this weekend yet. Otherwise, we'll probably put something together for Cadre and the Corn Cob and Tobacco Tin Tuesday coming up. So haven't decided what we're going to do yet, but we'll figure out something. So with that, I'll let you go. Thanks for watching. Oh, I remember the other thing I was going to say. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Been a whole bunch lately, and if I keep the pace up the last couple days, I'm very possible to hit 500 subscribers this weekend, which that's crazy to me. When I started this whole YouTube thing, I thought it'd be really cool if I could get 100 subscribers in the first year. So, appreciate all of you. So with that, I'll let you go. This is Joshua Stewart, Pipe Up North. Have a good day.